Welcome, everyone. This is day one of the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs, coronavirus suspension, NHL. Glad to be here. Hopefully, this will be really entertaining for all of you. This is really important to me, and now that everyone is safe, everyone I hope is safe, and they'll stay safe and stay inside, we can now have some NHL playoff work, and we'll talk about the playoffs as I've simulated them. We've got 4 games today. We've got game 1 of the quarterfinals in the West, Minnesota Wild being hosted by the defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues, the Tampa Bay Lightning battling the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Flyers battling the New York Islanders, and the Battle of Alberta, Edmonton and Calgary. Tomorrow we have the Colorado Avalanche hosting the Dallas Stars. We have the Boston Bruins against the Florida Panthers, the Caps and the Penguins, and the Vancouver Canucks making their playoff debut for the first time since 2015, and they host the Golden Knights, who are in the playoffs again, but the first time for Vegas as a wild card. I'll be doing a few things. I'll be kind of like those NHL NBC. Sometimes you see there's the person who hosts the show and explains certain plays and such. Not a color commentator, they just host, and also a broadcaster. And since everyone loves hockey and we're very unfortunate that hockey's not here, it would be foolish for me to broadcast my actual broadcaster voice, since I'm going to school to be a play-by-play broadcaster, since you can't see the hockey on the screen, and I can't simulate that for you. So I will be broadcasting. I'll think about it. That would take some a little too not enough time to do that. And also, since I have an older game in, I was thinking of playing Xbox, but no. What I'll do anyway. I'm sorry, I got confused. What I'll do is I'm really good at impressions, so I can do impressions on certain broadcasters for certain games. Anyway, we got the Minnesota Wild and the St. Louis Blues first, so I'm going to probably emulate John Forslund for this broadcast, and I'll also have the Blues goal horn anytime they score a goal. So let's get right into it. Game 1 of the St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild. Game 1 between the St. Louis Blues and the Minnesota Wild was a hectic affair in St. Louis. They honored the defending champs. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 Stanley Cup champions, the St. Louis Blues. So St. Louis got out to a hot start and was able to connect on their power play. Here they move it along. Back for Shen. Oh, and it just hopped off his stick. Shen for Parayko. Oh, and that just jammed wide. You got to get it out there, John. They slam it down for O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly centering pass. They shoot, they score. Braden Shen, a beautiful goal. And the St. Louis Blues are off and running. What a play by Braden Shen. He was able to get it to Ryan O'Reilly. And Ryan O'Reilly, quarterback of the St. Louis Blues power play. And Devon Dubnyk is moving left to right, but not fast enough. And he's able just to connect the former Flyer. And the St. Louis Blues has really just gotten on fire with this power play. So 1-0 lead for the St. Louis Blues, and that was all of scoring in period 1, although some tussling and some fighting, major penalties at the end of the first period to Matt Dumba, and to the scorer, Ryan O'Reilly. But the Blues wouldn't stop there. Early in the second period, from the point, this happened. Gives it on to Colton Parayko. Parayko He has a man, that's Pietrangelo, who motors in. Pietrangelo with a shot and a save by Dubnyk. Pietrangelo keeps on it. Pietrangelo, a wraparound, digs for it. Another chance. Back Berchen, all over O'Reilly. Tarasenko with the backhand. The rebound is poked in. Pietrangelo, and it's 2-0. St. Louis, that's hockey, baby. Alex Pietrangelo. What a play! Yeah, John, you said it. What a play by Alexander Pietrangelo. And he's able to poke that puck through, but it's just a rolling puck, and it looks like maybe Zach Parise stuck it in his own net. But what a play by Alexander Pietrangelo, the captain of the St. Louis Blues roster, and it's 2-0 St. Louis. The Blues were really good on that shift, but midway in the second period, the Wild won't go away. Parise looks back. The Wild go short with a blast from the point, and the Wild cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. Ryan Suter really can shoot the puck, and that's what he showed there. And he's made this 2-1, and the Minnesota Wild won't go away. It stayed that until 6 minutes remaining in the third period, and here come the Wild on a power play. Motoring is Parise with Suter. Parise looking, holds on to the puck. Zach Parise, they motor on for Dumba. Matt Dumba steps to the middle, waits, fakes a pass on along for Donato. Ryan Donato shoots. Parise, saving, rebound, score! Ryan Donato, and it's a tie game in St. Louis. What a play by Donato. And that was good for Minnesota, but 15 seconds later, Suter holds on. There's a call. There. Suter got tripped up. He keeps his stick and his skate on the blue line. So the puck's still onside. Extra man coming back onto the ice. That's Fiala. Suter shoots, deflected, score! Kevin Fiala, and it's 3-2 Wild. The Minnesota Wild have fought back from being 3-0 down with 5:50 to go. It is 3-2 Minnesota. That was all she wrote for the St. Louis Blues, because with 10 seconds left in the game after some marvelous stops by Dubnyk, on comes Fiala with the extra attacker. Doesn't even matter because they tripped him down anyway. If the puck goes in the net, it'll be a goal, and it'll be a goal. Kevin Fiala, while being tripped, scores a goal, and the Minnesota Wild take it 4-2. So yeah, that's what happened. Minnesota won Game 1, 4-2, and they lead this Western Conference quarterfinal 1-0. We'll go over to Tampa Bay now, and we'll go back to the announcer. Here we have Game 1 in Amalie Arena. The Toronto Maple Leafs battled with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Maple Leafs put quite a show. You can really hear the crowd roaring. And that's Tavares with the draw. One back and one by Gardner. Stamkos just was chopped there, and he's saying that there was a violation on the draw. But here come the Maple Leafs. Jake Gardner for Mitch Marner. Rebound. Score! Austin Matthews. 20 seconds into the hockey game, and it's 1-0 Toronto. And it was continued in this game. They bring on the Toronto power play, which is headed on by Zach Hyman along for Gardner. Jake Gardner, and I said Gardner, I meant Morgan Riley, guys. Morgan Riley heads on away. Morgan Riley waits. Riley holds on, and a shot. They score! Morgan Riley, that might have been deflected, and it was, by Zach Hyman. And it is 2-0 Toronto. It continued into the third. Waits, and there's a chance for Morgan Riley again in the first. There's a chance for Morgan Riley again waits and holds on. Wait for Matthews. Matthews for Riley. For Tavares. He scores. John Tavares. It's 3-0 Toronto. But Tampa wasn't second in their division for nothing. Here come the Bolts. Stamkos holds on to the puck with Kucherov. Kucherov behind the net. Wait for Kucherov. Back for Stamkos. Kucherov. Right on for point. Score! Score! Brandon Point! Brandon Point! That was wrong. Brandon Point scores. It's 3-1. Tampa. The Lightning are back in it. And it continued with 1 minute remaining in the first period. Brayden Point steps up behind the net. Looks for a shot. Hedman. Score! Victor Hedman with a blast. And he beats Anderson. And it's 3-2. With a minute remaining in Tampa. This continued until 2:19 remaining in the second period, and Tampa Bay was buzzing. Holds on to the puck is Brayden Point. Andre Palat is along with Johnson. Palat to Johnson. Score! Brayden Point! It ties the game! And it ties out for Toronto! What a play by Brayden Point, I don't even know what the hell Anderson was doing. He just got away with a cycle game, and Brayden Point just ripped it on a slide. It's his second goal of the game. The Lightning have tied him up. Also, I want to apologize to you guys for that horrific Phil Esposito voice. It was terrible. But here come Toronto 4 minutes into the third period. Marner for Riley. Riley back for Mitch Marner. Marner scores! Mitch Marner! And it's 4-3 Toronto Maple Leafs. If you guys can't tell, that's my Chris Cuthbert. Along the side, they hold on for Hedman. Hedman looks. Stamkos score! Stanley Stamkos! The bomb for the captain! It's 4-4! Steven Stamkos let it rip on. Oh my God, what a play by the captain. Has tied this game at 4. Then with 15 seconds left in the third period, a miracle, lightning in a bottle. Holding on again is the same guy. Hedman lasers out across. Kucherov. Oh, to save by Anderson. Rebound flop for Kucherov. Back across to the point. Brayden Point holds the point. 10 seconds to go. Back one. Point. Shoots. Rebound. Score! Steven Stamkos! Steven Stamkos with a laser beam. 10.1 to go. 5-4 Bolts. Oh, miracle by Stammer. And it's his second goal of the game. A 5-4 miracle win. And that was it for Toronto. The Lightning take a 1-0 series lead as they grab victory from the jaws of utter defeat. Set up for Game 2. Up 1-0. Game 1 in the East, we head up for a team that's made the playoffs for the second straight year and a team that has made the playoffs for the second and third year. The Philadelphia Flyers hosting the New York Islanders. And the Flyers started well. Here's Claude Giroux, headman up the left wing. He's got a man in back. It's Konechny. Travis Konechny fires the puck. He scores! Travis connecting, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Flyers. A goal in 40 seconds in, and he beats Varlamov like a rented mule. And the Flyers are able to head this one 1-0. But a minute later, there's a reason why the Islanders are so experienced. Back for Jordan Eberle. Eberle across to Bailey. He scores! Yes, yes, yes! Jordan Eberle! Bailey Eberle! It's 1-1! New York Islanders! The Islanders do it! That was it for the first period, but a minute into the second period, experience, best record. Here's Bailey. Bailey for Eberle. Waits at a chance. Anders Lee. And he hit the post. Eberle. Anders Lee waits one around. And here's Taves. Scores! Come on, Taves. It was deflected by the captain who gave him the puck. And Anders Lee with a deflection. It's right through the skate of Cutter Hart. And it's 2-1. That was all it for the second period. And the Islanders controlled most of the third period until 45 seconds left. The Flyers pulled the attacker, and they went to work. Here's Voracek with Claude Giroux. Giroux to Voracek on a crossback. They give it on to Giroux again. They play catch. Slammed along where he can give it to Couturier. On back, Couturier, Konechny to Couturier, Konechny steps up, let's go! Travis Konechny, single hockey game, and it's 2-2, Philadelphia Flyers. Oh, what a play by Travis Konechny. He steps right up, he can fire the puck better than anyone in the National Hockey League. And Travis Konechny thought there was a problem. Where is Eberle? Eberle's not covering his man. That's Claude Giroux. Giroux wraps up the puck. It's to Couturier, and he knows that Konechny can really step up. There's just not a good play, and Barry Trotz is holding his head on the Islander bench because the New York Islanders had a chance. Eberle gets that puck. Eberle can just skate right up the middle of it. Josh Bailey and the Islanders fought this win, but now the Flyers are going to go to overtime. They have done well in overtime. And it went to overtime, and just 5 minutes in, a chance. Eberle straight up the boards for Josh Bailey. Tripped up. Oh, he was just tripped up by Travis Sanheim, and Josh Bailey will have a chance in overtime. It's a penalty shot. Here's Bailey on the middle circle. Bailey, wait, shoots, scores! Yes! The Islanders win. Josh Bailey missed their overtime. Left to right deke. And he just put Cutter Hart out of his misery. And the Islanders win in overtime and lead the series 1-0. Yes, Josh Bailey off of a penalty shot in overtime. And the New York Islanders win it in overtime and take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. And we go on to Edmonton and Calgary. For the Edmonton and Calgary game 1, just so it's easier, my Jack Michael voice would sound really bad too, the radio guy, and my Rick Ball voice, I might do it a few games, but I'm going to be doing Jim Hewson for this one, just so you guys know. Edmonton and Calgary in the first Battle of Alberta in 30 years, squared off in Edmonton, and the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers, was scoreless for most of the first period until halfway through, and the power play got a chance for the Oilers. Here's McDavid. McDavid gave it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl tap pass to Klefbom. Oscar Klefbom to McDavid to Draisaitl. McDavid! Oh, I didn't have the horn up. Let me just redo that part. The first game of the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames. In 20 years, in 30 years, the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary finally got going, and halfway through the period, the Oilers stepped up. On a power play, here comes Connor McDavid. McDavid races through the zone. McDavid! Oh, and a stick play by his former teammate Talbot. On the other side is Smith, who's just standing in this crease, but they don't even go near him because they're not even close to the blue line. Here's McDavid to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, McDavid, score! Oh, wrong one. McDavid waltzes on a cross for Draisaitl. McDavid to the side. Spins past one to Clefbaum. They stand clear on the blue line. Clefbaum to McDavid. To Draisaitl. To McDavid. Scores! Andreas Anthony 1-0 Edmonton. And what a play by Connor McDavid. I mean, this guy is the best player in the National Hockey League, and he has wheels for days. So Connor McDavid goes right at the blue line. There's a problem with Mark Giordano. He's going to the bench. Calgary's on a line change. So McDavid from the back pass to Clefbaum just wheels behind his former teammate Talbot, and a centering pass off of Draisaitl, and it goes to the former Detroit Red Wing. And there were a lot of stories on how I'm just out there to see who can't back check. But he back checked on the previous play where Goudreau had a quite chance, and now after the season is rewarded for the first Stanley Cup playoff of his last goal of his young career. It's Andreas Anthony who gets the first goal of Game 1, and the Oilers have a great chance here against Calgary. But the Flames struck back 2 minutes later. Johnny Gaudreau waits for TJ Brodie. Brodie from Gaudreau to Monahan. Someone doesn't have a stick. That's McDavid. Waits for Brodie. Brodie tap pass to Giordano. Back to Brodie. Scores. TJ Brodie shoots and scores for the Calgary Flames. And it's a tie game. Out of play, Johnny Gaudreau. And there's no Tkachuk on the ice. But they know what they can do. And they know that he can shoot the puck. Brodie can. And TJ Brodie, who was in trade talks for the entirety of this year, including partly into this playoff game, but he finds a way to shoot this puck, and he just finds Mike Smith down, and that's a great play. And I don't know if this goes off the stick of James Neal, 18 and white, but it may have, and the Calgary Flames have tied this hockey game. No score until the second period, and 15 seconds in, the visitors strike. Johnny Gaudreau takes one back. Gaudreau tripped, no call, and the fans here don't make any noise because it is appreciative of them. Here's Johnny Gaudreau, back across to Chuck, waits, pass off to Lucic, he shoots, he scores. Milan Lucic, the Vancouver native, makes it a 2-1 hockey game for Calgary. Johnny Gaudreau is the star of this game and the star of this team, and he goes around with Tkachuk, and everyone sees Gaudreau, Tkachuk. They're waiting for maybe a slapper by Giordano. Brodie's on the ice, but nobody counts for Milan Lucic. And Lucic is the one who gets the goal. Not a great play by Edmonton. Edmonton, nobody's on the stick. Nobody's wrapping up your guy. And if you're James Neal, you got to wrap up the guy if they traded for him. And he's not able to, and the Calgary Flames have a 2-1 lead in Game 1. Yes, there was some talk with the general managers, along with Kenny Holland of the Edmonton Oilers, about the Lucic trade, and it has definitely benefited Calgary in this game. A 2-1 game for Calgary, and it gets worse. Johnny Gaudreau, right off the slot, has to go back for a change, but he doesn't change because there's an upcoming penalty, and Edmonton has too many men on the ice. Oh, yes, they do. Johnny Gaudreau slams on the brakes. Gaudreau waits for Giordano. Giordano back to center ice, and Calgary changes. There's still the penalty. The ref has his hand up. He doesn't really want to do it, though. Back for Brodie. Tap pass to Gaudreau. Gaudreau line drive from the slot, and he scores. Johnny Gaudreau, a mega shot right over the bar, right over the side in the bar, and it's 3-1 Flames. What a play by Johnny Gaudreau, diagnosing that there was an issue with Edmonton. Too many men on the ice. James Neal went off the bench, and so did Andres Antanasiou because the McDavid line was on. And James Neal, no communicating with the young player and Andres Antanasiu, and so you get more of these issues. And that's what ends up happening, and it ends up being a goal, a mega goal by Calgary. What a shot by Johnny Gaudreau. With 15 seconds left in the second period, Calgary has a break on a power play. And that's all I'll say for that. Gaudreau to Tkachuk. Tkachuk, a shot, and that hit the post. And Clefbaum, puck almost went in. Clefbaum dug it out. Clefbaum off the glass, going to rink in and a dump. McDavid is going to race down there with Antanasiu. Antanasiu along, looks for Draisaitl. Went off of his stick and intercepted by Brody. Back with 10 seconds left in the period. Brody lost his footing. He got tripped by his own stick. Back for Giordano lost the puck. He got tripped too by the stick. The stick tripped two Flames. And with 4 seconds to go, on a long, back for Clefbaum, score! Blue line. And the Edmonton Oilers are within a goal. Late in period 2. Oh, that is the hockey god smiling on the place that Gretzky built. Man, two Flames go down off of the same stick. Took down Brody's stick. Then Giordano gets tripped by his own stick. And Clefbaum just lets a rip, and this puck usually just goes wide. That didn't even get deflected. That was just a rolling puck, bounced right through Talbot, his former teammate, and it's 3-2. No score until 5 minutes to go into the third period, and the best player in hockey just schools them. A short-handed goal, again, was what they had. And now it's Draisaitl along with James Neal and Connor McDavid. A power play for Calgary off of the tripping call that was given to Oscar Clefbaum, so he's not there short-handed. They only have 3 forwards on, but the one acting as a defenseman is James Neal because they saw something here late and Edmonton needs a goal. Here's Draisaitl, switches to center ice. Here's Connor McDavid through the legs. McDavid behind the back. McDavid scores! Connor McDavid, magnificent goal, tie game. What a play by Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid went through the legs behind the back, running around the side. What a goal! You can't stop this. If he wins anything, Cam Talbot is just shaking his head, and he knows how Connor McDavid plays, but McDavid just put everyone to school, everyone to rest, and this place is going bonkers. It's almost like Rex Solomon here, the way you can hear the fans. There's nothing Calgary could have done. No, there is not. There is nothing the Calgary Flames could have done to stop this play by Connor McDavid. And now the Edmonton Oilers have somehow, with a rabbit out, tied this game. A rabbit overtime with a lot of scoring chances, but great plays by Smith and great plays by Talbot. Look like they're going to overtime, going to double overtime, but with 20 seconds left, magic and lightning in a bottle. Antanasiu is out there, along with Clefbaum and Nurse. Waits for McDavid. Connor McDavid swirls around the defense. McDavid shoots it. He hit the crossbar. Along now, 20 seconds to go. McDavid swirls for Draisaitl. Tap pass. Oh, and a save made. The Oilers keep it in. Nurse with Clefbaum. Clefbaum and Nurse. They hold. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Antanasiu. Andres Antanasiu shoots and a save made with 10 seconds to go. Draisaitl holds on the right side. Look for McDavid. Fend on the pass. Back for Draisaitl. Back for Clefbaum. Back for Nurse. With 3 seconds to go. Nurse. Slap shot save. Rebound. He scores. He shoots. He scores. Connor McDavid with 2.1 seconds on the clock in overtime. And the Oilers win in overtime. The Edmonton Oilers take a 1-0 series lead on the first overtime playoff goal for Connor McDavid. You cannot believe the relief on the faces in the Edmonton bench who thought they were going to double overtime, and Parnell Nurse makes a wonderful play to Connor McDavid. Then McDavid was all around this puck.
Draisaitl as well onto the scene with just a great squeeze. And McDavid just taps this puck through. Just wide, it looks like he's going to miss the puck, and we're going to go to double overtime, but it doesn't. McDavid, a backhand tap, and that's it for Edmonton. And the Edmonton Oilers in 2 nights will have to play Calgary again at home. Euphoria for Edmonton, dread for Calgary, and the Oilers will get ready for game number 2, leading the series 1-9.
So Edmonton takes a 1-0 series lead. The Oilers do, and it's the second overtime goal of the night, one by Bailey, one by McDavid. Bailey's second overtime goal, McDavid's first. So all of these games are going to be played again on Friday. Thursday, tomorrow we'll have, as I'll say it again, tomorrow we're going to have the Colorado Avalanche against the Dallas Stars, the Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins, the Capitals and the Penguins, and the Vancouver Canucks and the Vegas Golden Knights. We're going to have Boston play Florida first. Then we'll have Colorado, Dallas. Then we'll have Vegas and Vancouver. And the nightcap tomorrow is going to be Washington hosting Pittsburgh. So again, hopefully everyone stays safe, obviously. I hope you enjoy this video. If there's any critiques, maybe I could have broadcasted a little better. Also, anyone who watches this video, please, 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 if the broadcasters are related, please give me some pointers or requests on who you want to hear me emulate tomorrow and try to sound like tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night. Happy hockey, everybody.